was born on 2nd February 1894 at Noakhali, now in Bangladesh, in an educated and enlightened family. She grew up with a highly sensitive mind and showed great inclination towards literary work since childhood. As was the norm of the time, married at the age of 12 and became widow at the very early age of 22 with a 4-year-old son. She went into deep grief and almost depression, but she came back. And at this time she came in contact with Mahatma Gandhi. When Mahatma Gandhi started the Satyagraha movement, she says that she got her Diksha in Satyagraha from her real Guru Gandhi himself. She took to spinning, wore khadi, and practiced non-violence all her life. She started a home for destitute, poor, and widowed women at her residence only. She also started Gandhariya Mahila Samiti in Dhaka. For her activities during Satyagraha movement and social work, which was against the then British government's norms, she was jailed many times. She was elected Vice President of the Congress Committee in Dhaka district. She was again imprisoned in 1942 for a year along with Mahatma Gandhi. She was elected unsupported, unopposed to the Bengal Legislative Assembly in 1946. And after independence, Ashalata was heartbroken when along with the independence came partition of Bengal. She stayed in Dhaka till 1965. In 1965, Ashalata came to visit Delhi to meet old friends and relatives. And after some time, while she was preparing to go back, a war broke out between India and Pakistan, and the borders were sealed. The very thought that she would not be able to go back to her own place pushed her again into deep depression. She was able to come out of it in a year's time with tremendous willpower. She withdrew herself from public life and devoted her time and energy to literary pursuits. She was 72 at that time. She decided to translate Ramayana into Bangla, keeping the verses as true to the Sanskrit as she could. She felt this would be her last offering to the people of Bengal, and she set herself to the task. The book was published when she was 80 and was highly acclaimed by the scholars then. In 1971, Ashalata went to America and stayed with a relative in Washington, D.C. She, with her charming personality, she became known to all the American neighbors and people as a good Samaritan. Her joy knew no bounds when Bangladesh became a sovereign state. She felt happier when her son was appointed as the executive director for Bangladesh by the Bangladesh government. Her service for the motherland had come to a full circle. Ashalata returned to India in 1978, and till the end of her life in 1986, she kept to her routine. She passed away from this mortal world at the age of 92. She has left her message to the woman in one of her poems in a very clear term. She says, "Woman, you have been seeking your God everywhere at the cost of yourself and suffered degradation. Be self-confident and glow in self-respect. You will find God within yourself." Thank you very much.